How many of you have ever had a moment kind of like this sign? Where, because you didn't take the time to plan ahead, things didn't work out exactly as you'd hoped they would. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as a student of the Franklin Covey programs for several years now, I understand the critical importance of planning in our lives. Now, there are many different reasons why people decide not to plan. I don't have time, I don't like writing things down, I like keeping things in my head. But my purpose today is to prove to you that this planner, that this little book, or any planner electronically similar to it, is your friend. Planning in general is your friend. And today I'm going to prove that to you by teaching you what I call the 3 powers of planning. First, improving your vision. Second, increasing your productivity. And third, achieving your personal success. So let's talk just a little bit about vision. Take a look at this picture. Just at a glance, what do you think that is? Now let's just zoom out just a little bit. So as you can see, as you move back further, then your vision increases of the whole image. Let's just keep zooming out. So as we do start to move back further and further and increase your vision, suddenly what you thought you saw isn't really what you thought you saw. This comes from a book called Zoom. So as we can see, as we expand our vision of the whole picture, our understanding of the whole picture increases as a whole. And that's the beauty and power of planning, that when we write things down, we can see a larger vision of everything that we do. Dr. David J. Abbott once wrote a book called Zero Tolerance for Negative Thinking. And in his book, he talks about the laws of focus. Now, the second law of focus states that the human mind can only focus on one thought at a time. Now, if that's true, then that means that no matter how much we try to cram all of our to-do lists in our head, there's no way that we can keep it all in there at once unless we have it written down where we can visually see it in a plan. Now let's talk about productivity. Hiram W. Smith, one of the great time management gurus of our day, said this: "If my grandfather missed a train back in his day, no big deal, take another train 24 hours later. If my father missed a plane back in his day, no big deal, take another plane 5 hours later. But if I miss one section of a revolving door, I go nuts." As do we all. And his point, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are very into speed in our day. Now that can be a good thing if we are able to have our priorities in order. Priorities that can be arranged by using a planner. According to the International Journal of Performance and Productivity, you want to know what the #1 yardstick for measuring the growth and extent of any business is? It's productivity. And seeing that every single one of you as BYU students will one day either own a business, be in a business, or be married to someone who is in a business, this applies to us all in that if we want our businesses to grow and to extend, productivity is a vital asset to that. And we can increase our productivity by using a planner. Now let's talk about achieving your personal success. A few years ago, my family and I had the wonderful opportunity to visit the glorious beaches of Hawaii. And for those of you who have been to Hawaii, you know that there are many wonderful things to do there. Beaches, music, food, dancing, lots of fun. But I have a few family members who just don't really like to plan. And they just happen to be the people who are arranging this trip. And they just decided, we'll go with the flow, we'll go to Hawaii and just see what happens when we get there. Although I tried to persuade them otherwise to make some sort of a plan, we didn't. We went to Hawaii and we just went with the flow and we saw whatever would happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that everything that could go wrong on that trip did go wrong. Because we failed to plan, we planned to fail. According to the Journal of Social Psychology, you want to know what the #1 regret of all human beings is? It's that they didn't take the time to accomplish that which mattered most to them. So ladies and gentlemen, I have now taught to you the 3 powers of planning. And my advice to you, an invitation, is this. If you do not currently have or are using one of these planners or anything electronically like it, get one. Use one. Plan your lives. And if you do, I promise you 3 things. You will improve your vision, you will increase your productivity, and you will achieve your personal success.